Hello, I'm Natalie Glasson from the OmNa Sanctuary. This week's channeled message is from Saint Germain and it's entitled How to Dissolve Disconnection. Greetings to you, beloved beings of light. I am Saint Germain. I come forth with love and blessings, joy and peace to be with you in this moment. I bring forth all that I am, the magic, the mystery, and the wonderful insights into the universe of the Creator. I gift these to you so you may remember within your own being the truth that you are, the magic that you can bring to the world, the mystery that you can uncover and discover, and the remembrance that is your truth. Today I wish to speak of disconnection. When we think of disconnection, we think of a lack of connection. You may wonder why there is a need to dissolve a lack of connection. In this moment, I invite you to think of someone that you feel disconnected to. Maybe you have felt connected to them before, but now for some reason or another you feel disconnected. You might also want to think of someone who you see or acknowledge in your daily life, and you wish there was a connection. However, there feels like a lack of connection. Even though there is a lack of connection, whether there was a connection before or not, it is important to realize that even a disconnection is an exchange of energy. And so we begin to realize that if a disconnection is an exchange of energy, then there are numerous exchanges of energy that are not serving you in your current reality. Now, disconnection is an exchange of energy, but it's an exchange of energy that is somewhat awkward. It feels as if you are maybe giving and not receiving, or you're giving and it's coming back to you, or maybe you're not even giving. You feel so disconnected that you have lost that connection with yourself in that moment or with that person. And this is an important aspect to recognize. Whether you are giving energy or whether you are actually disconnecting with yourself while either trying to or not trying to connect with another. And when we speak of dissolving disconnection, we're actually speaking of this disconnection with self while trying to connect with others. It is something that happens often, and it can even occur within your relationship with the Creator. Maybe you have tried to manifest something and it did not manifest. Maybe you asked for help from the Creator and no help was given. And so you have placed your hope and you have extended your energy to the Creator. And then you feel or you see that there is no response. And so you create an exchange of disconnection. And this exchange of disconnection is a disconnection with self. So you almost lose connection with a part of yourself, as if you banish or you hide away a part of yourself. And so dissolving the disconnection means that you bring back, you welcome back that part of yourself into your being, and you recognize it and you love it and you acknowledge it. And in doing so, this changes the exchange, the connection, not only with yourself, but with the other, whether it's one or many. And you may notice that they are more open and more receiving to you, even if they weren't in the past. Because as you change and shift your own disconnection within, you create a new energy wave that extends to them and will impact and transform their own being as well. Now, I, Saint Germain, am speaking of disconnection with people or with a situation that you would like to, or it would serve you to be connected. Now, there are some connections which do not serve you, and it is appropriate to dissolve those if it is needed. I wish to first share a practice with you which can be used to create connection, whether you wish for those people you are connecting with to be in your reality or not. So it is more of a healing connection that allows you to be served, supported, and loved. And then you can choose whether you physically wish to engage with that person or that situation. When a connection is made, even if it is a disconnection, when you bump into someone and maybe you argue or you don't see eye to eye, there is a disconnection made. So a connection made that you might say is not harmonious. And so if we recognize that everything that you recognize or acknowledge in your reality and the inner planes has a connection, whether it's a positive one or a connection that is not harmonious. And these connections come from within your being. They can come through your mind as mental connections. They can come emotional connections. They can come connections from the chakras. There are so many parts of your being that connections can be created from. And sometimes the issue is that a connection has been created from the wrong or the inappropriate part of your being that drains you or does not serve you. So if you imagine that person that you maybe had a connection with but you no longer do, or you wish you had a connection with, and allow yourself to, as you think of them, allow yourself to then bring your attention back into your being and to acknowledge how you feel about this connection. And to some extent, it doesn't matter how you feel about the connection or what you say about the connection in your mind. Simply acknowledge that whatever you experience about that connection is the connection that has been made. So that's the energy that's flowing between you. And also that the other person is adding to. And imagine that your connection with this person is almost like many, many strands of light. And they may be different colors. They may be thick, they may be thin, they may be weak, they may be strong. They may come from your head area, they may come from another area, or all over your body. And then imagine, sense, acknowledge that at your heart chakra there is this waterfall, a gentle waterfall of light. And this light is flowing from your soul, and it's like a healing balm. And imagine, sense, acknowledge that you wash all of these strands of light, of connection or disconnection, with this soul healing balm energy. And you can simply acknowledge or hold the intention, or you might see it visually. And as you create the balm running through these connections, it will impact the other person as well. And you're not necessarily putting forward what you want the connection to be. You're simply allowing, with this healing balm from your soul, you're allowing your soul to create the connection that serves you. Now, this might be that some of the cords are dissolved. Maybe all of them are dissolved. Or it might be that some remain, but they've transformed into a higher vibration or a different energy. When you feel that this is complete, allow yourself to bring your attention back into your being. Acknowledge, discover how you feel now. Think of the other person and acknowledge how you now feel about that other person. Now you might recognize that there is a new connection that's formed. Or you might recognize that actually there isn't a connection, only the connection that each and every being has, because each and every being is the creator. So that creator connection, rather than a connection on this level and dimension. Now that creator connection might be that you simply feel unconditional love for that person or situation, but you feel that there is no need for you to engage. You might still have some strands connected, and that might be appropriate and necessary. And it might take many practices of working with the same person for you to enter into a new shift and awakening with this connection. The predominant purpose of this practice and me coming forth to bring this topic to your awareness is creating more harmony within your being, and also with others and those around you and situations around you. Because it is very easy to create dislike, disharmony, and disconnection, which in actual fact is still, and all of them are still connections, but they are connections that do not serve you. And so it is immensely important to create connections that serve you. Whether that is setting you free or simply allowing you to rethink, re-see, re-feel, and re-acknowledge a person or a situation. Now, when you allow that soul energy of yours within your being to heal those strands, you are bringing the disconnection you've created within your being. You're bringing that aspect back to yourself. And that may feel like a tremendous relief or release. And it is important to also acknowledge that at the end of the practice. To acknowledge that the aspect of yourself that you disconnected with has now been restored by your soul to your being. Which means that you're no longer shutting that aspect away. I will leave you to contemplate my words. And I thank you immensely as you create pure connections on the earth, so this will elevate the vibration of all. I thank you. I am Saint Germain. Thank you everyone for being present with me today. Makes a lot of sense to me, I think, how even when we feel disconnected from someone or some situation, that actually we're still really connected in a way that doesn't serve us or the others. So an interesting week ahead, contemplating Saint Germain's words, and I'll see you next week. Bye.